you start a company with the most genius name ever. Okay.
I mean, it was okay.
I think it's when you explained it to me, because I didn't get it at all.
Musicians
I had no
get
idea.
it, yeah.
See, well, okay. I had no idea. Either way, it's genius. So
You're holding us in suspension.
Contoy's music does not, well, I'm not going to say it doesn't exist, but I guess it doesn't exist anymore.
Contoys was more retail. You know, that's the thing is we really just, it's the same ownership, of course, but we changed the name to really display that we're not selling stuff anymore. You know, we still get those, still get those 80-year-olds coming in and asking for floppy disks and stuff, but we're like, no, we don't do that. Yeah, exactly. It's like, no.
So anyway,
You're not retail.
they still don't know the name.
So Soli is the name, and it's a music term, basically solo but community vibe, right? I mean, you can look it up, Wikipedia, jazz stuff. It's cool. I mean, I liked the name choice.
Yeah, it's
too.
a plural of solo.
Yeah, exactly.
Which is genius
Yeah.
because your whole mission is
Yeah, I mean, I've gotten kids in bands and stuff together, and that's what they're missing. You know, is that's what fueled me to really find a passion. Is working together with my art with people, and really pushing myself to you know, keep up the pace with them and make music happen. I think private lessons are something that I never really did a lot of, and that's what most of musicians are in the area, is just private lessons, and they get so turned off by that. And it's really sad to see, because a lot of these kids have a lot of potential, and it's good to see them working together. And that's, you know, Soli is a thing that is meant for me to put myself in a situation where I can feel comfortable with the amount of time that I have. You know, because of course it's hard when you need to balance a life. You know, you need to make money. You need to put the money in somewhere and have the money work for you. And it's like, if you have no money, you're gonna be a starving artist, and that's not good. You know, you need to put yourself in a position where you really can support your music when you're ready to put it out. And so that was important to me. You know, it's something I started to keep me and several of my friends actually, you know, having financial stability, and that's important because, you know, I get to do it. I get to work with kids that I love. You know, right now, this past few months has been super over the top busy with it. And I'm lucky because that's starting to slow down a little bit. Things are starting to settle down and become more clear. And
Providing lessons primarily.
Yeah, exactly. And being in that business position, it's so hard to, it was a big challenge to get everything just flowing the way it needed to flow and everything like that. There's so much that goes into that, especially with so much overhead and stuff like that. But like, you know, it's great. I mean, that's something that I can always have, even on the side. If I moved away from it, I could have somebody run it for me. And I love the fact that I'm seeing these kids grow, just like I wish I had the opportunity to.
So what are you doing with these people? You're training them. And then how are you building that network of all these individual musicians?
Yeah. So these little kids, you know, anywhere from, you know, typically my top age range, we teach as young as like 3 to 4 years old, but my age range of teaching is the middle school and above range. And that's because, you know, at that age, you're ready to make the connections through your instrument. And these kids, you know, some of them want to play like Blink-182 music. Some of them want to play like, you know, jazz. Some of them want to play pop music. Some of them want to play like death metal. And it's like, you know, that's great. We put them in the groups where they belong. And we let them, you know, I coach them, and we've, you know, I've recorded them multiple times. They'll have CDs and stuff with their music on it, and they're performing at concerts. We got another one coming up at next month.
Seems like a lot, kind of like a sports team.
Yeah, really. Exactly. And I think it's important, because the one thing I really love about sports, and people really love about sports, is that it gives them a community sense to it. Yep. And it really shows them, not only, it doesn't just teach them the activity, but it also teaches them how to work with people, how to, you know, pursue something that you love. And I think that's so important, because not every kid who signs up for music lessons is going to want to be a lifelong musician, and that's okay. You know, I am different. Of course, Cam is different. You know, you're different. It's like we're all different. We found our passion, right? But the important thing is that kids need to know and learn how to pursue these passions, because maybe their passion won't be drums, bass, whatever, But when I teach these kids, I'm mainly teaching them about work ethic, about how to treat people, you know,
How to work
about
together.
how to practice something, you know, how to feel uneasy about not practicing, you know.
When you've got
and
a
that's the biggest
performance.
thing is some, you know, some people are so relaxed. It's like parents and stuff, you know, some parents don't push their kids to practice. And I tell these kids, no matter how young they are, it's like, you have to want it. Your parent is bringing you here.
Right.
So it's not they bring you here so they don't have to help you practice, you know, because that's what we do. You know, we help you practice. But what I'm telling you is that, and a lot of them have gotten considerably better because they've really learned how to embody that and take, you know, really what was kind of my philosophy all along, but really should be anybody who's into what they do, you know, their velocity. Their
That's
philosophy.
the most that button has ever been used.
Yeah, I know, right? To take their philosophy and really push that towards whatever they want to do in their lives. Because I know for a fact, most of those kids, probably 95% of my kids, are not going to even play music past college, right? They'll always know what they learned, but I think
the responsibility,
the biggest thing
the
they're
work
getting from
ethic.
me is the, you know, what I get from my parents when I ask them for reviews is that their kids are doing better in school, is that their kids are doing better with their friends, is that they're doing their chores, they're doing better at home, right? Getting better test scores. It's like, you know, things like this is the ideal result because music is awesome, but what it's really about is music is one skill where you have to be really, really persistent if you want to be good. And so if you use that, use that like work ethic towards everything else in life, you're going to be well off.